Dave Sadowski, number 25, the winner at the Daytona track this year, first event of the season.
That, of course, is the biggie, the one everybody wants to win. The season opens with the biggest race of the year, sort of like in stock car racing, and Sadowski won the 49th running. Here's Tom Stevens, number 11, his teammate, about to be lapped by Doug Chandler. Chandler dives underneath. That was a potential battle for first and second. Now Chandler has put him a lap down, and that means that Doug has lapped up through 7th place. But Ken, we've got a report of a potential problem here. Apparently the radios have gone out on the circuit. The safety workers don't have radio communication. They're going to stop this race.
Red flag is coming out. First time we've ever seen anything like this, Dave. There is a communications breakdown to all these corner workers on the 11 turns around this mile-and-a-half circuit. 31 laps complete. Here you see Chandler, the leader, and he's motioning for a back marker to swing on by.
Don't know what that's all about, Ken. He obviously wants Larry Schwartzback, number 14, in front of him for whatever reason. Tom Stevens, now a lap down, is right behind him. They have not yet taken the red flag as they come down the start-finish line, toward the start-finish line. They will get that red flag. Now he goes back around Schwartzback. I'm not sure what that was about. Red flag awaits him around the next corner.
And that will bring this race to a halt for the second time. In the first lap, we had a red flag after a serious crash in turn 1 that injured Wes Cooley. Red flag is out, and the indication here is Chandler is waving to the crowd. He thinks he's won this race.
I think Chandler believes, or Chandler certainly hopes, that this race will not restart, and if that's the case, he's the winner. I'm not sure that might not be a premature conclusion.
Now the story is, if you're half the distance, it's an official race. But I would think with this many laps to go that you might be going back to a green flag situation, David.
It's the officials' call. Yes, half the race constitutes a full event in the event they can't restart. But they do have the option of restarting the race and trying to run it the full distance. Chandler's happy. He's popping wheelies. He said, hey, I won this thing. I've got 3 in a row. I think we better wait for an official call to see if that is actually the case.
Giving every indication that he has ridden to another championship win of the 1990 season. His 3rd straight, and he's going right to the pit area and believes he's going right to victory lane, David.
Yeah, he's ready to start the party, absolutely. And I think Ken, a well-deserved feeling on his part. He knows he would out-whip those guys. We're just waiting for the official confirmation of that one way or the other.
Let's eavesdrop on promoter Ralph Sanchez.
They can't go. They say they're beaten. Okay. So let's announce it that we're going to. It's been our decision to go ahead and
I will announce. Let the announcer know first.
Roger Edmondson making the announcement that this race is official. It's over. Here's Mike Joy.
Making up for it tomorrow in the 10
Stand by, dude. Richard,
Ralph, to call a race at this point, this is a safety consideration?
Yes, safety, because this is a very demanding course. Everybody's tired. We only have a few laps to go, so we've decided to go to the last lap that we ran on the green, and we're going to go with those positions.
Doug Chandler looks as fresh as any winner usually looks.
I want to know what Scott Russell thought about this. He might have had one last shot at Chandler here. Let's go to Mike Joy on pit road with the man who is the runner-up.
You won't have a shot to go back out there and challenge for first, but is calling this thing at this point okay with you?
Yeah, that's our decision, Dave, and Doug and myself. We all got together, and it's just, like you said, it's a very demanding course, and it's just taking it out of us. And I think restarting it with 8 laps to go, they never do it any other time. If it's over the halfway mark, they call it a race, and I don't see why we should change it now.
Well, there you see the exhaustion on some of the other riders that weren't so far up in the standings today, David. Let's go to Mike Joy for more on that story now.
Now, they red flagged the race, and all you leading drivers got together and talked about it.
Yeah, you know, I could see if we were somewhere around halfway through the race going ahead and, you know, gridding us back up and making a full restart. But under these kind of conditions where the weather is just beating down on you and you're in this leather suit for 45 minutes, you know, it really takes its toll on your body. And to go that far through the race and only have, you know, that few laps left to go, it really wouldn't have been fair to run, you know, the rest of the race and call it a race, because actually, in turn, you know, the first part of the race that we ran really was for nothing.
Well, Ken, he's drenched in sweat here, but he takes home his 3rd straight victory on the tour and pads the point lead.
Doug Chandler is victorious here today. Scott Russell, teammate, takes second. Randy Renfro comes home in third. Rick Kirk in fourth. And we'll have more on this story from Miami in a moment.
Snowed out, rained out, but I've never seen them communicate it out. This was the most unusual finish I've ever seen. For Dave Despain and for Mike Joy, I'm Ken Squire. That's the story of the 1990 Miami Motorcycle Grand Prix.
Party people in the crib get hype. Come on.